Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Manny Souza, and this is my review of Johnny To's Exiled. The run-up to Macau's handover saw a lot of real-life violence, up to and including bombs being used and shootings in broad daylight, which were very unusual for the normally peaceful city. Johnny To's Exiled is set against this historical backdrop. A group of gangsters comes together to do a job none of them expected to. Anthony Wong, Simon Yam, Francis Lam Suet, and Roy Cheung played similar roles in Johnny To's 1999 film The Mission, but Exiled shouldn't be considered a sequel. Still, there are obvious similarities. Nick Cheung plays Wo, a gangster who's trying to leave his past behind him before it catches up with him. Considering he just moved back to the place he did all of his gangstering, his past doesn't have to go far to find him. I don't want to talk too much about the story for two reasons. One, talking about it will tell you too much of the narrative. Two, the story in Exiled is actually pretty thin, and quite frankly, it's unnecessary. What I mean is that the story kind of takes a distant second to the way the story is told. Johnny To's Exiled is an exercise in style, and in case you're wondering whose style, do you notice how I keep saying Johnny To's Exiled? Again, I don't mean this in a bad way. Johnny To's Exiled, okay, I'll stop, is a beautiful movie to look at and a pleasure to watch. There's nothing in it to distract you from looking at it. The cinematography, the editing, the acting, the soundtrack, all work together to make it one of the most watchable movies I can think of. It's the cinematic equivalent of like a hot bath or a cool breeze on a beach. You don't need to expend any effort in doing anything but just appreciating it. There's a lot of good acting in it too. The entire cast turn in entertaining performances, whether they're playing strictly dramatic roles or working as comic relief. Ben Hoy plays a policeman who's going to retire in a matter of hours and literally goes out of his way to avoid the gangsters and whatever it is that they're up to because he just doesn't want to know. Richie Ren, Jen, is also entertaining as a very cool and pragmatic cop. Gordon Lam Gatong is a lot of fun to watch playing Boss Keung, an up-and-coming gangster with a bad temper. Even more fun is watching Eddie Chung Sufai as Jeff, a local fixer whose personality is almost as greasy as his hair. Josie Ho is especially good playing Wo's wife and the mother of his baby. The baby was good too, very convincing. Method acting, but still. It was also nice to see Ellen Chan back on the big screen, even if she kept her shirt on, damn it. But speaking of Category 3, Exiled got slapped with that rating because of a handshake. A triad handshake. Any display of triad symbolism, or dialogue, gets you Category 3 in Hong Kong. Johnny To insisted that the handshake wasn't a triad display, but it doesn't matter. So if you watch this movie expecting gonzo sex and violence, you'll be disappointed. But you will get to see a movie that's so stylish it verges on the pornographic. Exiled is also such a self-conscious display of Johnny To's stylistic signatures that you could reasonably call it cinematic onanism. But when it's this much fun to watch, who cares? I really enjoyed Exiled. I got to see the premiere in 2006, and when it ran in theaters shortly thereafter, I paid to watch it again. I own the DVD, and every time I watch it, I like it more and more. I can't explain it any better than I already have, but it's just such an easy movie to watch. I can definitely recommend it, and I would even encourage you to buy it on Blu-ray. And we all know I'm a cheap bastard. It looks that nice. So if you want to watch this movie, buying a Blu-ray would be the best way to do it. And guess what? In the description, there's a link where you could buy it on Blu-ray or on DVD. That's what I want you to do. What I don't want you to do is watch it illegally, because, that stinks. If you enjoyed this review, please leave me a comment. If you didn't enjoy the review, leave me a comment. If you enjoy the channel, please subscribe, because that way you'll know right away when there's a new video. And if that interests you, I seriously cannot thank you enough. Thank you for watching.